I'm back. I'm saying I'm back because I've had a few days to emotionally recover from the reassurance bucket. I just know if I see that bucket again, I'm gonna burst into tears. We're still in the Stanley Parable 2. This isn't Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. It's Stanley Parable 2, alright?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm gonna see if there's anything new in the intro. Huh. Figurine Finders Committee. There's a meeting! In the meeting room. Cool.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, this is gonna be a thing. Figurine Finder. No! I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know if I can handle this bucket again. I'm not gonna take the bucket. That was too much.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There's a figurine finding committee. Let's go to that meeting room. What? No. Oh no. It's the collectibles. Oh my god. Small floating objects have appeared around the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo for management. How can you tell you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? God, where are they? Please do not leave the office before reporting back on any new findings. Red room, red room, red room. Good luck, okay. Weird spinning figurines. What do they want? Should we make them employees? How many are there? 6? 15? Can we sell them? Obviously, more money, if sold together. Employee 421 building a bridge. Why are they floating? Magic? Magnets? Our quarterly success? Training exercise? Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless. We need more planks. Produce 1 plank to allow ease of access. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from the warehouse floor. Construct new bridge. Oh, places to search, okay. A large room, lots of boxes, stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. There's actually collectibles in this game. Like, those are real. Is this some kind of game? They look like 427, haha. There will be a reward for finding them all. Lies. Who are you? Stop kidding yourselves. There will be cleaning of this wall required. Oh, man. Collectibles?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nothing here.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There must be a collectible down here. I heard something. You!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
The bottom of the tangerine, Stanlerine.
That's a good Glass Animals song.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Can I just get in the car and drive off?
He considered the possibility of facing his boss.
No.
Why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
I swear I've been here before.
I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. An explanation.
Let me out.
His
Let me out.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please! I am real! Please, just someone tell me I am real! I must be real! I must be real! Anyone hear my voice? Who am I? and everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
I love this ending.
She arose, got...
I know there was a way up here. Yeah, there we go. This is still a thing.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop?
Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Would it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all?
Man, I want the skip button back. What happened to the new content door?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, let's,
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm gonna see if they added anything to the confusion ending. Yeah, we took to record this and have to cut most of it, but I don't know. I should have brought the bucket for the confusion ending shit, man.
When Stanley... Wait. Well, in the meantime, if you... Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I'm taking
Perhaps
this.
He had simply missed. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Hey, Bucket, we're gonna go to a museum. Probably.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, I've missed you, Bucket. Somewhere both red and blue, a large room, lots of boxes. That means there's one in the executive bathroom upstairs. Somewhere red and blue. A large room with lots of boxes. What could that mean?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
The executive bathroom. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Stan Lorene's is pretty good. Hello. We got an elevator. Oh. Boom, boom. Moving on up. Ooh, the panning. I just gotta stand right in the center. Whoa, the panning in this elevator? That's crazy. I guess that's just there. for whatever.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
No, he didn't.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
It's you and me, Bucket. We're gonna die together. We're going to die together.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Whoa. Woo! Gonna get crushed. Gonna get crushed.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure,
Wow.
it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death. It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
A memoriam page for the bucket. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing on the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye to and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness? Apparently I'm supposed to take that bucket everywhere. It's real good. It's a real good bucket.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own?
Wow.
Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
The museum is about the bucket. 25 buckets. A photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets. I mean, that's probably more than 25. This is funny. A bucket with 2 handles. This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Like, that's an insane idea. Bucket with 2 handles? You can't do that. The Inferno Bucket, a replica of the Inferno Bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains, no one can control a bucket. The Stress Bucket, an analogy. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of assurance. Stress, the level of water in the bucket. The vulnerability, size and strength of the bucket. Coping, strategy, holes. Rest and relaxation, doing something you enjoy. Presented without commentary. Come on, man. You got caveman drawings of the bucket. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in the drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
This is great.
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
We are not worthy for the bucket. We are not worthy. The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Oh, shit. Huh. Oh, I took it.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game.
Don't reset the
give him
game.
another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Stanley died. I didn't reset the game. The bucket is free. And yet here I am. Hey, bucket.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
I'm taking you to the red and blue door.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Everything's
How
better with the
insightful
bucket.
the bucket turned out to be.
Real cool.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Yeah, you didn't know anything.
Stanley took the door on his left
No.
to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top.
Go to
There's
the
something
cargo
up there
lift.
I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Wait, this
It
might be
should have
something
alarmed
else.
him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
This might be something. Oh, that's the room with a lot of boxes.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Didn't the dry erase board say that one of the collectibles would be in a room with a lot of boxes? Come on, man. Alright, I'm here, bucket.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
Okay, I'll see the wife ending with the bucket. Apparently just holding the bucket makes
This is the
everything.
sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Yeah, holding the bucket makes everything different. Oh. Hello? Oh, there you are, Bucket. It's me, your Bucket. Press G to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
This is great. This is so good.
I took the bucket to work. Press V to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
This is my life now.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk.
Sure it can.
All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Man, you don't know what you're talking about. Don't listen to the loud man. Press H for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking
I
orders from the bucket.
I love the bucket.
You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press L to ignore anyone in your life except for me. Fuck that narrator.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
I don't need you.
From now on,
I have the
just
bucket.
going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket.
This is my life
sort
now.
of shiny bucket.
It is pretty shiny.
Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Right? Yeah, in certain lighting it looks good.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press Q to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a
much
little
more.
What am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press C to relive this same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need
The
to
lamp on
point
the
out
floor.
the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press B to go home to work to home to work to home to work to home to work to home to work.
Oh no, I'm having feelings.
You feel it now, narrator? You
No,
understand?
No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps, if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Candles. This is the sexiest bucket of all time. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna do unspeakable things to this bucket tonight.
Stanley, give me the bucket.
No.
Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
No, you
I
can't
need
have it. It's
Give it to
mine.
me now. Give
Close
it,
your-
or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. Oh my God. This bucket. What is this bucket doing to us? I gotta...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh,
Perhaps he had seen
I'm taking you
warmth
everywhere from now on. The bucket on the bed, dude. I can't... The bucket on the bed, I
In
can't.
here.
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Whew. Alright.
Now pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone, baby.
Pick up the phone. And
Oh, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Don't you get it?
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
Oh.
It's sitting right
A
here.
video on
Let's
comedy?
Take a look.
Let's see it. Show us that video.
What is comedic timing?
Yeah.
What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes.
Ooh.
Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood,
that
you did
image.
it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing.
Yeah.
To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor.
Time to begin the humor.
Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny. I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
I feel like that had an ulterior purpose.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then.
Sure,
so
yeah.
with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
All right, you try retelling your joke. Try retelling your joke, and we'll see if it's funny. Back we go.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me.
Comedy
Thank
gold.
goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
We could be having sex with the bucket right now.
Bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Yeah, figure out a different voice for the bucket. Having intercourse with the bucket. Romantic. Alright, we're gonna go back to the two doors, narrator, and you're gonna be funny. You're gonna be really funny.
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Oh.
What? We're back at the phone already? No, what's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land.
I'm sorry.
Not the way it
I
was
should have
meant
done what
to.
you said.
And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp.
I'm so sorry, narrator. I fucked it up.
I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go.
Okay.
You ready? When
Okay.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, I'm sorry I ruined your joke, but okay, I'll follow what you're saying.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley.
I'm
going
sorry.
to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers.
I didn't
I'm
hear
going
what
to
you
be
said. I'm
shamed
sorry.
Every one of our meetings from now on.
I thought
all
I was...
because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
I'm sorry.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me
I
try
thought I
that
was
again,
supposed to go
Stanley.
through the door on the left, but
I heard that you are pale.
He said go through the right door, and I went through the left. I'm
bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No.
He's trying to be
Getting away
funny.
from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Yeah, just keep watching those videos. You'll get it. You gotta practice. Okay, I'm gonna...
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Yeah, instead of just a white void. Okay, I wanna go back to that King of Comedy bit and follow his instructions.
No, said the bucket.
No.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go
Peter, the
somewhere
horse is
else.
here.
The cargo lift, yes. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top.
I'll
There's
go
something
down
up
there
I
next
need
episode.
you to do.
Next part.
Now pick up the phone.
This
said
bucket
the
is a narrative gold
Pick
mine.
up the phone.
Let's practice screaming, "I'm Denny with the funny" now.
I'm done with the funny.
Good. This saying, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter.
With laughter.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket.
Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop.
Yeah, well, I just want to let you know that I've been taking Taekwondo lessons from behind the Walmart.
I forgot how the rest of it goes.
Yeah, well, I just want to let you know that I heard that you've been talking some smack, and I just want you to know that I've been taking Taekwondo lessons in the back of the Walmart Supercenter, so if you don't want to get hurt, then you better stop.
If you don't want to get hurt, then you better stop. Shout out Mr. McCartney on TikTok.
Here we go. You ready?
Okay.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Oh boy, this is gonna be really funny.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other
Did you actually
writers.
say
I'm
right,
going to
or
be
did you say left?
shamed every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud? Here we go.
Okay.
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
You said left.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back.
What the?
Here we go.
What are you
ready?
talking about?
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay. I entered the door on the right.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this.
Oh, phone ringing.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Woo! I have a wife.
The good old bucket.
The good old
Just Stanley
bucket.
and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Let's practice screaming, I'm Denny with the funny now.
I'm Danny with the funny.
Good.
Okay, I'm not gonna go left. I'm gonna go right twice.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Haha, I went right. And ruined your joke.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the
So if
title
I go
of
to the
king of
right,
comedy.
it's your
I'm
fault,
nothing.
but if I go to the left, it's
I'm
my
not
fault.
even the lowliest joke-telling word. Here we go. You ready?
Okay, let's go.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go.
Okay.
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Oh, it is like that. Okay.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
So going to the right, it's a loop. There's nothing over there. And I go through the left door, and he's like, no.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right,
Fuck
leading
outta
back
here,
to the
dude.
phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely...
Anyway, that was that was fun. I'll explore more of the bucket paths in the next part.